Okay, got all that squared away. So after the fiasco with Call of Duty, I held a poll between Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and uh, original Ghost Recon narrowly won out. So that's the game we're gonna play. We're gonna start playing some OG Ghost Recon, and let me tell you, this is gonna be a difficult game. I beat it once on PlayStation 2, and it was it was difficult with PS2. And I'm having played this before on the PC now. I would say they must have nerfed it for the consoles because I reached one mission, I got stuck, and so kind of just drifted off to other games from there. But I would like to have a this be the first non Metal Gear game that we beat on the channel. So without further ado, I haven't launched it yet because there's no way for me to switch back and forth. So I want to show you guys the intro cinematic, which I will say the console was better than the PC in that regard. But nonetheless, I want to show that because I want to talk about that a little bit, and then we'll jump into the game. So here we go. If it loads. Should be loading. There it goes. Ah, damn it. Stupid fucking thing. Okay. We're going to try that again because this thing is so finicky. You try to click into the thing, it assumes you're trying to skip the cinematic. So let's double click that. And this time I'm not going to touch anything else.
The year is 2008, and the world teeters on the brink of war. Radical ultranationalists have seized power in Moscow. Their goal, the re-establishment of the old Soviet Empire. Ukraine, Belarus, Kazakhstan. One by one, the nearby independent republics slip back into the Russian orbit. Russian tanks sit in the Caucasus Mountains and the Baltic forests, poised to strike to the south and east. The world holds its breath and waits. For one small group of elite soldiers, the war has already begun. U.S. Special Forces Group 5, 1st Battalion, D Company. Deployed on peacekeeping duty to the Republic of Georgia in the Caucasus, this handful of Green Berets represents the very tip of the spear, the first line of defense. Equipped with the latest battlefield technology and trained in the latest techniques of covert warfare, they strike, swiftly, silently, invisibly. They call themselves the Ghosts.
Okay, so actually what I want to do, before we get into that, I want to show you guys the PS2 intro cinematic to that because and we're going to talk about that a little bit before we jump into the game. But as decent as that was mostly gameplay, and I would really like to show you guys the cinematic that was on the PS2 version. It is a lot better. So let me pause this. Whoa. Let's see. Let's expand that. And let's see if I can switch the window. Game capture device, capture specific window. Huh. Let me see if I can do window capture. Yeah, there we go. Let's see, I will adjust this accordingly. Because now, let's see. Just do it right there. And then drag this beneath this. Drag it to the above this. There we go. Okay, so let me show you this real quick, and then we'll talk about it.
The year is 2008, and the world teeters on the brink of war. Radical ultranationalists have seized power in Moscow. Their goal, the reestablishment of the old Soviet Empire. Ukraine, Belarus, Kazakhstan. One by one, the nearby independent republics slip back into the Russian orbit. Russian tanks sit in the Caucasus Mountains and the Baltic forests, poised to strike to the south and east. The world holds its breath and waits. For one small group of elite soldiers, the war has already begun. U.S. Special Forces Group 5, 1st Battalion, D Company. Deployed on peacekeeping duty to the Republic of Georgia in the Caucasus, this handful of Green Berets represents the very tip of the spear, the first line of defense. Equipped with the latest battlefield technology and trained in the latest techniques of covert warfare, they strike swiftly, silently, invisibly. They call themselves the Ghosts.
So yeah, that intro to me is a superior intro, and I think this came out. I think the PS2 version came out after the PC version, so they had more time to work on it. But I feel like that cinematic better matches the voiceover. And as a kid, I remember playing the PC version briefly on a friend's PC. And then I got the PS2 version, and I was so immersed in that. Like, when I was about between the ages of 15 and 17, that game had such a massive impact on how I was approaching writing. I think it still has a lingering impact nowadays. But just the thought of a prolonged campaign against a major enemy, that really stuck with me. I always wanted to write something like that. I just never got around to it. I will say one thing where I'm like, yeah, Clancy fucking read the writing on the wall. And then I'm going to say another thing where I'm like, So I remember I was at Camp Beering in Kuwait, 2008 in March. Getting ready to step off to go in Iraq. We went to Midnight Chow, and anyone that has never served in the U.S. military and that has never deployed, Midnight Chow is manna from heaven. Like Midnight Chow, you go in there. It's designed because military has people that work odd shifts. So with Midnight Chow, they serve whatever that was they had for dinner, and they serve breakfast at the same time. And you can mix and match them. And sometimes certain chow halls, DFACs overseas in theater, you could, what I would like to do is I would get a burger or whatever. I would also get an omelet. I love getting the omelets over there. Like, I think they brought in Pakistanis or something to work the contracts for KBR for the culinary stuff. And they'd mix up these omelets exactly how you wanted them. They had like all the ingredients lined out, and you could throw whatever you wanted in there. make your omelet. I'd sit there, douse that bitch in Tabasco, have my burger and fries, and it's just amazing. And then you down it with a can of Rip It, and you go from there. So we're talking some real good shit back then. But I remember it was midnight chow. I was at Camp Buehring in Kuwait, and the only TV station in the chow hall in the DFAC is Armed Forces Network. That's really all you can watch. That's all you have access to there. And they show news. They'll show news. They'll show military news, and then they'll run shows that are syndication. Like the only show I actually remember seeing on Armed Forces Network was NCIS. I did see NCIS briefly on the Chow Hall at one point while I was deployed, but I remember I'm in the DFAC at Buehring, and having midnight chow, I look up and I see Russian tanks have just crossed over into South Ossetia in Georgia. And the average American probably couldn't pick out South Ossetia or probably can't pick out Georgia on a map, much less South Ossetia. Whereas I had a general idea where it was at because I played Ghost Recon. So I can't remember who I was with. I was with somebody in my squad or my platoon, but I remember seeing that on the TV, and I would just like, hey, holy shit, fucking Tom Clancy called that shit. And so I thought it was going to be a whole cascading series of events. I thought that was going to play out like Ghost Recon. Turns out that's not the case because George Bush was afraid of Russia. And then, as it turned out, Barack Obama was afraid of Russia. He eventually got a little teeth in him, but not enough. Didn't honor the Budapest Memorandum when Russia annexed Crimea and Donetsk and Luhansk. And then Biden didn't have the gumption to stand up to Russia from 2022 to 2024. And then the guy that was president between Obama and Biden, and the guy that was president after Biden, yeah, we're not going to talk about that dude. But yeah, so Clancy called this. Like, he read the writing on the wall, and he, like, because obviously he didn't write the whole last game, but he had input, and he would give it was the same thing with Ghost Recon and Splinter Cell. They would bring the ideas to Tom Clancy, and then, because Tom Clancy owned Red Storm Entertainment, and then he would feed his feedback to them, and then they would develop it based off of what he pitched in or what he told them to look up and such. And yeah, the only of the three original properties from the Tom Clancy series, only Rainbow Six was like Clancy 100% hands on and stuff, because he wrote Rainbow Six, the book. Actually, they developed the game first, if I remember correctly, and then wrote the book. But Ghost Recon, he had some feedback, and I was like, Tom Clancy and the dudes he picked to work at Red Storm, they called that shit. They called that shit hard. But then, now the flip side to this, I will say this: they did enough research where they knew, hey, if you wanted to bury a covert unit inside of the Special Operations community, assigning it to 5th Special Forces Group would be a good idea. Because at the time, and this went over, unless you were like an active military historian at the time, or you were in the Special Operations community at that time, or if you happen to know the structure of the Special Forces Regiment at the time, there's only 3 companies per Special Forces Group, if I remember correctly. There's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. And then from there, you would have, I can't remember how many, I want to say, is it 3 companies? Yeah, I want to say it's like 3 companies. And then, but that's how you come up with the ODA numbers, essentially. So, like, the old model, which was the ODAs had 3 numbers. So it was, so I want to say 3 battalions per Special Forces Group, and then you had 3 companies per battalion, if I remember correctly. Um, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been so long. I have this research saved somewhere, but essentially, yeah, I do know for a fact there were no Delta companies in in Special Forces, and I want to say, yeah, it used to be the first number of your group. This is before they standardized because every group would change a little bit, but the general rule of thumb for how you numbered an ODA was the first number was your group. So if you were first group, your ODA would start with 1. Third group would start with 3. Fifth group would start with 5. Seventh group would start with 7. 10th group would start with 0. And I think 0. Yeah. The 10th group would start with 0. And then I want to say 19th group started with 9. And I want to say 20th group started with 2. I could be wrong on that. But then the third number was, the second number was what battalion you were in. So it'd be 1, 2, or 3. That would be what battalion you were in. And then from there, actually, I might fuck that up. So I'll have to look that up later. But yeah, so but yeah, only three special forces companies per battalion. Yeah, only 3 companies per battalion at that point. So the Delta Company, anyone that was active duty special forces at the time, or even in 19th or 20th group, would have clocked that as no. But that's it, to the average, even like the above average civilian, because back then, like, this wasn't super common knowledge. It sounded legit. It sounded great. But as you'll see as we get into it, the kit that they're wearing, the missions that they're doing, these are not missions you would give the special forces. Not even the commanders in extremist force, or I guess critical reaction force now, or fucking hard target defeat companies, whatever they're calling them nowadays. The direct action element that was originally meant to be the forward deployed element of the special forces group, that would, if there's a terrorist takeover of an embassy or something, they would deploy first, and then CAG would deploy from Bragg and then link up with them there. But if you needed an extremist hostage rescue, you'd tap the SIF guys. Although it seems nowadays most of the SIF guys are mostly just liaising with Secret Service to do presidential security details. That's all the pictures I see all over the internet of SIF guys are liaising with Secret Service counter assault teams and providing presidential security. But even those guys are structured like almost like a Delta troop, and but they wouldn't do these kinds of missions. This is not the mission. Like, you'll see very quickly, the kinds of missions that these guys are doing, you would be better off assigning it to a Ranger company. And these guys, at the time, this came out 2002, I think. 2001 or 2002. And at the time, these guys are dressed like Rangers. They're not dressed like Special Forces. Like, Special Forces back then were not dressed like this. They weren't. So, yeah, this is the way that they did it. This is very much a Ranger mission that you're going to be seeing. But at the same time, you're about to see, we're going to delve into this. We're going to show you some of the realism, some of the good stuff we're going to see here. So, I refamiliarized myself with the controls. I will say this: if you download this game on PC, my buddy Peter Nealon put me onto this. Heroes Unleashed. That mod, I don't even know if I'll ever beat that mod, because that mod, one, it changes their camo, because by the time Heroes Unleashed was made, UCP, the Universal Camouflage Pattern, the couch camo, ACUs, that was the standard camouflage option at the time. This camouflage uniform was ACU. So they modified the uniforms to be ACU, and they expanded all of the weapons you could choose. There's so many goddamn weapons you could choose in that game, in that mod. But they also really made the difficulty a lot harder. So you'll see. This is going to be plenty difficult, plenty challenging as it is. So we'll do a new campaign. I'm gonna nerf it because even veteran and elite, I'll get fucking murked. I'm not gonna get anywhere with it. Even veteran, like that's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna go the lowest possible difficulty, just so we can get through the game. Because even with the added assistance you get at recruit level, it's still gonna be a really good experience. I think that's why I beat the original Ghost Recon, the PS2 version on was a recruit. I don't think I ever played veteran or elite because I'm frankly not that good of a gamer. But we will call this. Let's see if I can write it in. Nope, I can't write it in that. That's cool. We will call this campaign. I'll call it Nomad. Because they did hint in Ghost Recon Wildlands that Nomad was a member of the unit during this time. So let's do Nomad.
Welcome to Tbilisi, gentlemen. Hope you got some shut-eye on the flight from Bragg, because now that we're here, we got a lot of work to do. Here's the situation. We've been deployed at the request of the Georgian government to help them deal with rebels on their Russian border. Our area of operations will be the South Ossetian Autonomous Region. 1,500 square miles of small villages and rugged backcountry. The Ossetians have been skirmishing with the Georgian army for years, but lately, the attacks have escalated to the verge of all-out war. Washington thinks that the Russians have engineered the current flare-up as an excuse to step in and annex the whole region. Our job is to cut the legs out from under the revolution before that can happen. Our first mission is a raid on a rebel base in the Caucasus Mountains. A rebel leader named Bakur Papashvili has been attacking army convoys across the Terek River. You'll need to take out his guard post first, then hit his main camp. You'll find Papashvili in the caves at the top of the hill where he set up a command center. Take him alive if you can, but remember that he won't surrender unless all his guards are eliminated.
Now you saw me arch my eyebrows there a little bit. This part right here. Washington thinks that the Russians have engineered the current flare-up as an excuse to step in and annex the whole region. If, yeah, Clancy called that shit. He called that shit. Now, I know I've seen certain arguments from other people that, with Georgia, they claimed that it was the Georgians that fired first, but I'm inclined to believe the Georgians over the Russians, honestly, just because of the pattern that we see from the Russians. Because what they just described in that paragraph is absolutely what happened in Ukraine in 2014. So, little green men. But let's see. I damn near have this map memorized. I've played this mission so many times. That's how many times I've started the game, but I just haven't finished it. Okay. And I think, yeah, I want to say I can run down the hill this way, I think. If I can't run down the hill this way, then I definitely know I can run down this way, down this way, down this way. But this is a hill right here. This is where a lot of guys get pinned down. So this is operation. This operation is call sign Iron Dragon. So here we go. Got all my dudes, and here's the other thing too: is all of these guys, if they once they die, they die. It's permadeath for these guys. They'll bring in other people to fill their spots. So it's not like it's like, oh, I only have X amount of dudes and then I fail the game. Like, they'll bring in other dudes, but the pain in the ass part is that these guys start off so low, which, honestly, this is where I feel like making these guys Rangers would also make more sense, because the Special Forces have a long pipeline. And then on top of that, these are supposed to be the cream of the crop of Special Forces guys, apparently. So I feel like these would not be so low. These stats would not be so low if these guys were like hot shit special forces guys. But that's the other thing too. Is like look how this guy's equipped. Like everything this guy is wearing is like standard U.S. Army infantry issue. He's running an M16, which by that point, like, I think honestly the Special Forces guys stopped using M16s by far and large by the late 90s. They'd all gone over to the M4. So these guys, and then even because I remember even some infantry had gone to the M4. I know the Rangers had definitely gone to the M4. There's images floating around the internet in the in the late 90s with 82nd Airborne with M4s that had Picatinny rails on the carrying handle and like red dots on top of them. So they'd all gone that route. So this, how they have them equipped here, this is a standard U.S. Army infantry loadout from like the mid 90s. So that's where I'm like, I feel like this would be better as a Ranger, but especially those goggles too. But let's see, we definitely need a rifleman on each. So let's. Oh no, not. I don't have any specialists yet. Let's. Fuck it. We'll assign Acosta to Alpha. We'll assign Cervantes to Bravo. And then we will do we'll have Cuevas as Bravo. I'm gonna put a support guy as, and then you also have your kits over here. And they would all be carrying sidearms too. Like this whole, I have to choose between the two. Yeah, that definitely smacks more of infantry stuff. But we'll go Ken Chung, and then let's do. Bachman. Actually, no, I'll take Bachman out. I want my lower ranking guys on this. So let's do Prince. Oh no, Prince is good. Niang or King, Nathan King. You can go to Alpha with number 60. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do it all. Because I remember reading I was reading an account from Travis Haley, who was a Force Reconnaissance Marine, and he said when his dudes went outside the wire, everybody had grenade launchers on their stuff except for the saw gunners. If you carried an M4, you had a 203 on it. That was to maximize deadliness. So let's see. Yeah, Atkinson, you can go to Bravo. So Bravo's my sniper element. Alpha's my assaulter element. Here we go. Whoa. What happened there? Did he just quit on me? Where'd my shit go? Hold on. Yeah, just quit on me. My games must hate me. Let's try this again. Maybe it's the resolution. Maybe the resolution needs a little tinkering.
Welcome to Tbilisi, gentlemen.
Actually, yeah, graphics. Let's reduce this to Yeah, it's going to be a little less graphically nice, but maybe this will keep it from quitting on me like it did before. Okay. Let me just check. Check that my this is going well. Yeah, okay, we're looking good. And let's try this again.
Seems quiet enough.
Too quiet.
Okay, so we can pull up the TAC map. Okay, so I can go Bravo. I'm trying to remember how to cycle through. So this, that's to switch weapons. Okay, now what was the options? How do I switch? Team Alpha, Team Bravo. So 1 and 2, and page up, page down. Okay, so King. All right, so now King is here, and it's kind of a chicken shit thing for me to do, but it is easier to have the other team scout ahead, so I don't die. So let's have them.
On our way.
Let me check the.
Out of sight.
So yeah,
Out of
this.
sight.
Yeah, this. Let's drop that a notch. Yeah, this indicator at the bottom of the screen shows where this enemy's at.
We're here.
All right, so we're gonna do what is known as I want to say successive bounding. Is what we're doing. So successive bounding is when one element bounds up, but then you bound up online with them, and you just keep bounding up like so, if I remember correctly. I want to say alternating bounding is, I might have that backwards. Let me check that now. Now I'm fucking want to check. Successive versus alternating bounding. Okay, yeah, I was right. So successive is we're just bound. That's how we do successive. Which the name kind of doesn't make sense because you would think successive would be leapfrogging, but no, successive is what we're doing now. We bound up online with each other, and then we keep bounding forward. Alternating would be if I bounded past this alpha element, and then they bounded past me when they bounded back into the mix. Excuse me. So we're almost online with alpha. Okay. Yeah, we're roughly online with them now. Let's go prone. Okay. Alpha team. Bound forward. Okay, they're moving. I'm about to say, why is only one guy from Alpha moving? Oh shit. Let's go. Okay, I'm prone. Let me crawl over to Prince over here. And I think I see. Look how nice. Even for this is 2001, 2002 graphics. These are pretty nice. King. That's who I was looking for. I thought I saw someone to kill over here. Look how nice that is, dude. This for a fucking old ass game like this. This is really nice graphics. Okay, okay. I thought I saw an orc, but nope. Ooh.
Enemy contact.
I see the bunker. Oh, I could probably kill this guy from this distance. Alpha, I have the solution. Ha ha!
History.
Got him. Let's see if what that stirred up.
On our way.
That had to have been. Oh, dude. From here to there? That's at least like a fucking 400, 500 meter
In
shot.
visual range.
Let's see if I can spot them and get another kill. So that was the other thing with the medals in this game. The medals are strictly based on kills counts. So if you get 30 kills or more in the course of a mission, you get the Medal of Honor. So actually, I made it. I remember on PlayStation 2 version, I made it my point to let only one guy kill Medal of Honor. It was fucking kind of childish, but it was fun. Let's see. Okay, so that's my guy. That's my guy. Oh. Oh. Oh,
Kill confirmed.
Alrighty. Is there anybody else on this map? I'm not gonna get points for my fucking timing, I'll tell you that.
We're gone.
We're taking it slow here, which okay.
In position.
Let's speed this up a little bit. Going prone. And let's do Bravo. Bound a little forward.
We're gone.
Bro. So yeah, that's another thing too, is I'm prone. You're on a knee, you're on a knee. Get prone, bro. So conventional wisdom is when you halt. Are they still going? Yeah, they're still going. Okay. Conventional wisdom is when you halt, you pause for about 3 to 5 seconds. And you search your surroundings. Maybe you're about to move, maybe you're not. If no more than 5 seconds eclipses, then you go to a knee. If you're on your knees if you're on a knee for another, oh. That looks like a Russian.
Kill confirmed.
Nice. But if you're on a knee for another 3 to 5 seconds, you go prone, and then you fan out. So honestly, one of us should be facing this way, watching our 6.
In position.
I'd probably just do like a tight little triangle, him facing forward, and then have him take from like the 10 to the 2. Have one guy take from 7 to 10. Or like 6:30 to 10. The other person take 5:30 to 2. And just split it up that way. Go prone. Alrighty, so Alpha. Let's have you bound and pull security right there. Look at this beautiful Russian soldier. He's about to become fertilizer for the nice South Ossetian soil. For the first time in his life, he's done something useful. If you can't tell, I really hate fucking Russians. I really hate. The only Russians I tolerate are, I won't even say tolerate. If they recognize Ukrainian sovereignty, including Crimea, oh,
In visual range.
they see something. So, if they recognize Ukrainian sovereignty, if they recognize that Russian imperialism is bad, and they are actively opposing Russian imperialism, then they're cool. But short of that, if they go, oh, well, this has nothing to do with me, well, what are you doing about it? Get prone, dummy. Well, I guess for this guy, you kind of have to go up. Where is the enemy you saw in visual range? But especially Russian military members. I fucking hate every last one of them, and I hope they all die. Where is... I don't see him. Well, that hurt my eyes. Well, let's get prone. Let's go to Bravo. Oh, I see where he sees him now. He sees him over. Okay, that's... So, Acosta probably sees him. He said he saw him over here. Okay, now to my left. Is he? Oh, I see him now. Can I make this shot with the M16? Got him.
Goodbye.
All right, we're changing the rules of engagement.
Weapons free. Affirmative.
I think we might have just stirred up the hornet's nest there. That probably would have been a better shot for the sniper.
Following your lead.
Let's go. That's what I miss about the PlayStation version is I had a button. I just push that button and then I can direct my guy to go to that point. I took out the machine gun nest. Alright. No. What are you doing? Alright, Bravo.
Gotcha.
You can come up here and provide overwatch here. As you notice, this is not a Rainbow. It's not a modern Rainbow Six game. This is not a Call of Duty game where you're running and gunning and neck break speed. Like even later Ghost Recon games, which I do really enjoy, and there are realism aspects to it, such as Wildlands and Breakpoint. Even those games, they're not as extreme as the realism goes. Like this. So you notice how I shot them once and they're dying? Well, that's because that's consistent throughout all 3 difficulty levels. What's not consistent is how many times I get shot before I die. And with this game, the easiest mode, I might take 2 or 3 shots. That's maybe. Sometimes you get 1 shot killed in this in the easiest mode. In elite mode, my understanding, it is legitimately 1 shot you're dead. But it's also 1 shot they're dead. So it's not like Rainbow Six Vegas, where, oh hey, you got 1 shot, you died, but these bad guys are gonna sit there and eat fucking rounds, and they're gonna human wave you. This is the most dangerous part. I'm about to crest this hill. I'm about to be silhouetted like a motherfucker. And the light's right on me too. Let's go prone. The opposite position. I know there's gonna be fucking bad guys on top of this hill. So many times I've played this fucking mission.
In place and ready.
Yeah, you better be ready, because we're about to get some fucking contact, boy. Ooh, I'm getting a little nervous. Alright. Don't know which direction they're going to be from. You know how much it was to suck crawling up that hill like that in full kit? Even like, that's not even like a super steep slope. And I still would fucking hate that. I would hate every second of that fucking crawl. Now, if there's an enemy super close, that center circle should turn red. That should say, hey, danger, you have someone right in front of you. Okay. Oh, I see something. Okay, there's the camp. Or is that a mountain? That's a mountain. That's also a mountain. The camp's this way, I believe. Alright, let's call Bravo up. Let's see what you get from this direction. But I'm going to say recon only.
Taking a look around.
What I would like to do 1 second. What I would like to do... Okay, you can't see the map from there. But, so here's the camp right here. I would like to get my guys in position, Bravo team, somewhere around here where they have oversight on the camp. And then I would like to take Alpha along this way and get them in position here to set up an L shape. That's what I would like to do. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but we'll see. Honestly, we are compromised at this point because we've been firing unsuppressed shots. Hell, technically, if this was a reconnaissance mission, we would have been compromised the second we pulled the shot. Okay, that's my guys. But we're not doing it. This is a hit. We're just trying to do a quiet hit, which baffles me why I wasn't allowed to bring suppressed primaries. And that's another thing too that Heroes Unleashed fixes is you can have suppressed.
In place and ready.
You can have suppressed primaries. So let's go prone for Bravo. Let's send Alpha on a recce here.
Be there in 2 shakes.
And when the name of the game is standoff, this game heavily favors being a sniper. I have massive standoff. Okay. Hold on, let me just check something real quick. Make sure I'm not... Because I had a problem before with... Okay, I'm still streaming. Good. I had a problem where I accidentally stopped my stream on my Call of Duty playthrough. And it was, like, super early on, so I was sitting there talking to myself like a crazy person. But, I had nothing here. Anybody to snipe here? Get ahead of the game. And from pictures I've seen, this does look like Eastern Europe. How are we looking? They almost in position?
We've arrived.
Alrighty, let's go down. Let's go to low. And let's send Bravo. Let's say about here. Should be a good spot right there. That's another thing too. Just thinking about it while we wait for Bravo to get into position, is that you see it better in the PS2 intro than you do in the PC intro. But the latest in Battlefield technology for them was the PVS-14, and that is accurate to the time in the sense that I know in Iraq, I never got a PVS 14. I ran PVS 7s, where these big blocky things that hurt to wear your neck, and you had zero. It hurt your neck to wear, and you had zero peripheral fucking vision, so it was really hard to walk in. You see, if you've seen Black Hawk Down, the scene where Hoot, excuse me, clips on the night vision, looks around, and puts it away. That's a PVS 7. And that's exactly how I use them. I didn't even clip them onto my helmet, honestly. Like, I'd pull it out of its little hard case, look around, put it away. PVS 7 is a monocular that goes over one eye. So, we have fucking an amazing view. Let's reload. Okay. Oh, douche. Yep, that is, I learned it in Ukrainian, but I guess that's Russian as well. And that shows you these are Russians, because Georgian is a whole other language. It is not a Cyrillic alphabet. But let's move Alpha. Here. And they can go weapons free.
I hear you.
Hope you come out of the douche, so I can pop you in the fucking face, buddy. We have nice oversight. That is, I guess that's a nozzle right there. I was about to say, I wonder if there's one of those deals where they heat the water up and then just pour the water over themselves. Because I've heard that you. Oh, someone's getting shot. I heard the shots fired. No one's dead yet, though. There it is. I'm hearing shots.
Another kill.
Good kill. I'm waiting for the other enemy soldiers to come running out.
Enemy contact.
Yeah, where? Okay, to the...
Enemy down. Scratch another one.
I don't see where the sun
We're
is.
pinned down.
Oh, let's push up.
Got it. Got a man down here.
Fuck, here we go.
He's
Got him.
history.
Alright. So, who died? Oh, the shotgunner. Fuck. Okay, that's not good. Oh, that's just, oh, damn. Okay. I mean, I guess it's good for screenshots. But, what's the, quick save? Oh, quick save is F6 and then F7 is quick load. So. Alright, so. Let's have Alpha, now that they are.
Roger that. We're on the way.
Let's see how many we can take out from a distance. I know there's at least one on this hill. Already lost a man.
In place and ready.
Not seeing anybody there. That's bush. Here, let's send... Alpha can do recce.
Taking a look around.
Let's send them to peek. Sneaky peek. I see an enemy, we'll go up to them and we'll take him out. We'll file in behind Alpha. They're our advance element. They're scouting ahead for us. Computer's better at spotting bad guys than I am.
We've arrived.
Alright. So now I'm going to send Alpha ahead to here. Alice gear, that's how old this is. They haven't gotten them all yet. Yeah, that's a IBA he's wearing. IBAs suck. I hated wearing the IBA. I slightly preferred it to the IOTV. The IOTV was super fucking heavy and just loaded with Kevlar. It's not fun to run around in that thing.
We're here.
Just sweeping this real quick. Alright, we're clear down here. Okay. Let's have Alpha move up to here. This is, I expect we're going to see the warning sign here. I will say this, even though they're carrying old muskets, so M16 A1, A3 actually, I think these guys are running M16 A3s because these are full auto. Do love seeing that 203. I have I've shot both the 203 and the 320. I know the 320 is safer to use. I prefer the 203. Someone made a version of the 320 that was like the 203 with no pistol grip, and I could just use the magazine as a pistol grip to shoot it. I would be fine with it. I do like the side loading feature of the 320, but I'm more of a fan of the overall ergonomics of the 203. I don't see anybody to shoot. Yeah, I guess we'll go this way.
In position. Goodbye.
Alright, Alpha, what I want you to do. Oh, I'm right on top of one. Oh, fuck.
Fire at will. Roger that.
It's probably at the entrance to that cave. I'll shot one more time. Nope. Yeah, he's right here on top of us. Up behind that rock. Got one down.
Goodbye.
Oh, that was him. Okay. Let's go prone. Let's get our map up. I want Alpha to get here and block that entrance. There's another one.
In position.
No, it's on. Oh, damn.
We got a casualty.
Damn, where'd that come from? Yeah, good beat on him, too.
Goodbye.
Following your lead.
Corners will get you every time. I might get team wiped on here. That's how rusty I am. Okay, that's the other entrance. We gotta go this way to get to Papashvili. He's in there. I'm not trying to kill him. I'm trying to kill his bodyguard so he'll surrender. I hear him talking.
Another kill.
Papashvili's by himself.
We've
All right.
got the prisoner. Right on top of them.
Short.
Fire at will. Down. You can fire at will.
I'll be out there in a second. Enemies came in.
Goodbye.
Good kill. I hear him. I can't see him, but I hear him.
Short.
They're close.
Engage. Wow.
Medic here, stat. We have a casualty. Kill
Is anyone still
confirmed.
alive? Well, this is gonna be a fucking Pyrrhic victory if I find this guy and prevail. And mind you, this is the easiest mode. So Alpha still has 2. Where are they? Alpha.
Affirmative. Roger that. In position.
Short.
In place and ready.
So we're at a 50% gas rate.
In position.
Давай, сука.
In position.
Hey, I see Liz in the house. How's Liz doing? Hopefully you're doing better than my guys in this game, because we're at 50% casualties right now. Half our team's dead.
In place and ready.
This game is rather unforgiving. Yeah, this guy is not Georgian. This guy is straight speaking Russian. He's a fucking Russian. Okay. See if I can spot these guys ahead of time. Clear a path. I'm not seeing it.
Ну что с тобой, правда?
I see that cabin. I know that cabin usually has somebody. Maybe he's blocked by my tree line.
Ну что с тобой, правда?
I hope. Thank you. I hope I make it out because so far I'm getting my ass whooped. And like I was telling people, I was telling the stream,
Что с тобой? Стоишь ты?
this game is unforgiving. This is the easiest difficulty mode. I have all the handicaps that the game will allow, and
Иди сюда, слушай.
it's still kicking my ass. So, and it's like the other thing I was really harping on was that it's not like Call of Duty. It's not run and gun. You have to be really fucking tactical. So I've got the prisoner, which is the nice bonus objective, but at the cost of half my team. So, all right, let's change it to
Юрка,
Alpha is this assault. Let's have Alpha
Yes, sir.
go this way.
We're on the way. We're here.
Where are they?
помоги, пожалуйста. Что с тобой?
Yeah, these fucking Russians ambushed my ass. And half my team's dead. And it's permadeath for those characters. They will nead come back. They are dead.
Я думаю, такой странный не знаю.
Okay, now what? Alpha.
Ну что с тобой, правда?
Fuck it. Alpha, push forward to here.
Ты что, пьяный?
He's history.
Alright, that's one down.
Юрка,
We're here.
Whoever it was. They're down.
ты что,
Oh.
пьяный?
Oh, that's the fucking orc they smoked. I knew there was a fucking fighting position around here somewhere. So the other orc should be around here somewhere.
Ты что,
Where is
пьяный?
this Russian motherfucker? I don't see him. Let's see if I can
Ну
reposition.
что с тобой, правда?
Come on.
Юрка, иди сюда, помоги. Что стоишь, ну, козел? Иди сюда, слушай.
Эй, тихий, сука, блядь.
Ну помоги, что с тобой? Стоишь?
Тихий, сука, блядь. Давай.
Иди сюда, слушай.
Okay, well then I guess we will have our intrepid alpha team focus on that.
Ну помоги, что с тобой? Стоишь, козел.
We're here.
Okay, Alpha, come back to me.
Юрка, иди сюда, помоги.
We've arrived.
Давай, иди сюда.
Where are they?
Юрка, иди сюда, помоги.
Come back to me.
We're rolling.
Okay, there we go.
In place and ready.
Alrighty, now let's zoom out.
Черт.
We're gone.
Don't quote me on that. I think chort is shit in Russian. He keeps saying pожалуйста, which is please in Russian, which is more polite than an average Russian soldier.
Козел.
In position.
Alright.
козел.
You see something? What's stopping you?
Юрка, иди сюда, помоги.
Oh, contact. Oh, I see contact. Here. Weapons free.
Баран.
Keep weapons free.
Да что с тобой, правда, ну?
Kill. Down.
Kill confirmed.
Иди сюда, слушай.
Affirmative.
There's still contact to be had.
Ну помоги, пожалуйста. Что с тобой? Юрка, ну иди сюда, помоги. Что стоишь, ну козел? Иди сюда, слушай. Ну давай, иди сюда. Юрка, ну иди сюда, помоги. Что стоишь, ну козел? Иди сюда, слушай. Я трогаю такой странный, не знаю.
Oh, I see him. God damn it, missed him. Got him.
Kill confirmed.
He's down.
Да что с тобой, брат?
Reload.
We're here.
Ты что, пьяный?
Do you have an eye on the, Those are my guys.
Помоги, пожалуйста.
In place and ready.
Did you miss this guy?
Иди сюда, помоги.
This is a trench. Oh, I sniped the guy in that trench. Okay, cool. I sniped him earlier.
Ты что, пьяный?
In place and ready.
There's my friendlies.
Да что с тобой, брат? Иди сюда, слушай.
We've arrived.
Иди сюда.
In place and ready.
Okay. Everybody get eyes on our extraction zone.
Юрка, иди сюда, помоги. Юрка, иди сюда, помоги. Что стоишь?
You see something? Yeah. Oh shit.
Юрка, иди сюда, помоги. Что стоишь? Ну козел. Иди сюда, слушай.
You can fire at will. We're pinned down.
Oh fuck. Well, there's
Taking cover. They've opened up.
there's Rick. Acosta's dead. Rick is dead. Rick is dead. Acosta's alive. We're right on top of him too. Acosta died. Rick Atkinson died there. You know what? This is like right here. See if I can get a beat on him.
Under fire.
He's down.
Goodbye.
Well, we lost 2/3 of our team. What the hell? No, I don't want to see the replay. What the hell is going on with this game? Wow, the game just up and quit. I hope it didn't erase, because let me check. Hopefully it's saved, because if it made me redo that entire mission, I'm gonna need to check the integrity of those files and then play that mission solo later on. This is the second time this stream where it's up and quit on me, and it's been buggy. So, and I've never had that happen before. Campaign. Resume. Oh no, yeah, this will make me start from there. Quit. So, yeah, that looks like we're gonna be done for the night on that one, unless y'all want to see a different game, because yeah, I need to verify the integrity of those files because they are wonky. It's been force quitting on me repeatedly. I thought it would, like, when I pushed the graphic limitations a little bit, it was a little bit off. And I reduced the graphics a little bit, and I thought, okay, we're good. And now it's doing that. So let us, properties, installed files. We need to verify the integrity of these files. But, yeah, I'm not replaying all of that again. I'll have to go and do that on my own. But, we can play other games. Or we can just call it a night. Whatever everybody watching wants to do. I am going to install... Maybe that's, maybe I need to install the DLC as well. I wonder if that's part of it. And the DLC shouldn't take long. This is a really small file as a comparison, but yeah, I'm guessing I'm probably going to call it there because I don't feel like doing that part of the mission all over again. Like, if I was going to do it all over again, I would start the whole mission over again. And yeah, that was I was hoping to continue on, but I don't know what it is about this. I don't know what's been acting up lately, because before, when I would play this game, it was fine. Ran just fine. None of these glitches I keep seeing. And now this is the second glitch I've seen today. So just check the integrity of the game files. It says they're all there. What game was I playing earlier that was doing that to me? It was Rainbow Six Siege, which, oh my god, that fucking game. That game, I remember why I stopped playing that game. Because that game is ridiculous. It is just so dumb. Like, I feel like if Tom Clancy could see what they had done to that franchise, he would roll over in his grave. Like, I feel like, matter of fact, let me check that while these download, and then we'll call it a night from there. Okay, so Clancy was still very much alive for Rainbow Six Vegas, which probably means he was alive for Vegas too. Yeah, because Clancy died in 2013, and see, I don't know what happened with that. Maybe he just got bought out, but it's sad because I remember really criticizing Vegas and Vegas 2. Like, they were still fun to play, but they were definitely not the tactical shooter that was imagined by Clancy and his team back in like 98. This is a whole different game. And with that, it was they were chasing Call of Duties, and let's see, when did Gears of War come out? Because I know Gears of War was a huge cover shooter, which came out. How about Rainbow Six Vegas? They came out, looks like about the same time. Actually, yeah, Gears of War predated it, but they were developed at roughly the same time. So I guess they just both got the same idea of a cover shooter mechanic. And they had the cover shooter mechanic idea, and that was the big thing. But they were still going for a more arcadey shooter because Call of Duty was getting popular back then. And then Siege is just... I remember when Siege first dropped, I thought I was excited because like they were talking about, oh, you're gonna plan and you're gonna fucking breach here and all this stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. This seems like this might be a step in the direction towards the original. And then it turned out to be a bunch of weeaboo fucking operators, basically, like operators, and just ridiculous, dude. And then the other thing too, I hate this. Like, I get why they did it, but it's also stupid. So I had to get up and go do something when I was playing it earlier, and it's the middle of a match. The match hadn't ended yet, but I'm like, I gotta go. So I quit, and it's like, you abandoned the mission, so you're banned for 60 minutes. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, whatever, dude. I won't come back for like a fucking day or two then. It's just stupid. I get it. Oh, you don't want people rage quitting. You want them to see the whole match through, and you don't want them to fuck their buddies over. I get that. But at the same time, I'm just like, you're really going to penalize me for that? Like, that's stupid. Like, I feel like if you make a frequent habit of doing that, that's one thing. But, let's see how else I boot this up again. I'll bring it back to accept.
We've been tapped for a search and rescue.
Oh,
The Navy's been flying sorties against rebel positions from its carrier battle group in the Black Sea. Last night, the bad guys got lucky with a SAM and took out one of our F-18s. The pilot and the weapons officers both bailed out before impact, but the rebels picked them up shortly after they activated their beacons. They're being held for interrogation at a farm near the crash site. Your job is to go in and bring them back out alive. Recon photos show the F-18 is still largely intact but heavily guarded. If it's possible to plant a demo charge and blow the plane, do it, but don't jeopardize your main mission. And try to minimize Ossetian casualties. The Russians are already making a big stink at the UN about us being here, and we don't want to give them any more ammunition. If Moscow decides to intervene, we're going to find ourselves smack in the middle of a major war.
these are already little green men. I feel like they already have intervened. Okay. We'll get this one more play. But I've been toying with this idea. I've been toying with the idea. There's some kind of following the lead of other streamers. Oh, damn. I have all the fucking specialists, too. Oh, fuck yeah. There goes Lindy Cohen. Klaus Heiko. Jack Stone. Henry Ramirez. Buzz Gordon. Looking like a fucking ranger. He ain't looking like a fucking SF dude, that's for sure. That looks like a fucking ranger. But actually, you know what? Oh, we're just playing this for fun. So let me tell you the idea that I was having while we do this. Yeah, sure. You can do that. I know that some video game people, people that play video games and post on YouTube, sometimes they'll live stream like I'm doing right now, and then sometimes they'll just record their gameplay, chop it up, edit it, show highlights, do a voiceover, and go from there. And I'm toying with the idea of doing like that, and I'm almost of the opinion that maybe a game like this where it's a little slower, it's not super engaging unless you have like a tactical mindset like I do. Perhaps that is something that would be better suited if I played through recorded key gameplay moments, slapped it all together, and made a video and uploaded it to YouTube. I would love to hear thoughts on that, because that's what I'm leaning towards doing, honestly. Kind of leaning towards that. So Bravo, you're gonna go to the demo team. Bob Robertson, you son of a bitch, you're going to Alpha Team. And how's that go back? Damn. Pilot, officer extraction. Okay. I have to do all that again. How do I change everybody's name up? Charles Barr. Jim Hack. And then I'm gonna put 2 shotgunners. And we're running this all under nods. All right, let's run it.
No moon, that's good.
Going to night vision.
All right, so my Bravo team is the one with the demo. This is the, where's the crash site? So I'm gonna have, and that was Bravo had it. Alright, so Bravo, I'm gonna have you go wide.
On our way.
How do I disregard that? I'll just restart the mission.
No moon. That's
I was
good.
being a second
Going to night
lieutenant.
vision.
So we're all here. I had them going the wrong way. Okay, I just need them to bypass all this shit. So I'm gonna have Bravo go here.
On our way.
Alrighty. Is it Alpha? Now look at this though. Like look at this. Oh, whoops! I mean, look how fucking crisp. Like for a game that came out in 2002, that is crisp graphics. Like those are crisp graphics. It's really outstanding.
D's history. Kill confirmed. D's history.
He's history.
In position.
Weapons free. He's history. Roger that.
Any other Russians I missed?
Following your lead.
Alright. Now, I'm going to switch back over to Alpha. I'm going to have Bravo. While going reconnaissance. No.
Fire at will. Out of sight.
Let's get up an Overwatch.
On our way.
Okay. I will say this. I did... it's way more complex. And maybe we'll fucking do a video on that sometime if I go the video route instead of playing it live stream. But, there is something to be said for how the OG Rainbow Six did it, because OG Rainbow Six, we would look at the building, plan a route, have go codes, ways to sync everything up, and then the action. When you got to the action phase, it was a lot faster because you had already pre-planned it, and you just go. Whereas this one, you're kind of planning on the fly, which, in a way, for the kind of combat that we're seeing here, it makes sense because there's a phrase in the military we use, semper gumby, which means always flexible. And you got to be really flexible and adapt. And there's an acronym that we use in the military, METTC, which is Mission, Equipment, Troops Available, Time Available, Terrain, and Civilian Considerations. These are all things you have to factor into your assessment. Okay, let's go. I keep reloading. I meant to go low. That's a Bravo. Let's switch this over here. And so, METTC, you can make a plan, and it's recommended that you do as much reconnaissance as you can before you launch your plan. But you also want to keep a plan loose and adaptable, because you will have things on the ground that you didn't
Enemy sighted.
account for initially that you're going to have to adapt for. And if your plan is way too tightly wound, then it's going to be a lot harder to do that plan. Okay, let's take him out first.
Is history.
Him out second.
Is history.
So having a planner on the fly, especially if it's like a hasty A, this is not a traditional special operation. You have to get there quick before something happens. Yeah, I get that. So that's going to be... But I also think, again, this would be better suited for the infantry. Took 2 out. I know I saw an asshole duck in here. I see him now.
Goodbye.
Did I drop him? Nope.
Goodbye.
Alrighty. You can see with this game, it's tense, it's slow, it's methodical. I'm gonna stand up. Oh yeah, we're gonna get back down again. That's a pilot. Pilot. This guy is apparently right on top of me. Must be inside the barn. Oh, I see you now. Shit. Show your head again. I won't miss this time. I'll reposition. Got him.
Goodbye.
There's a Bravo. Alright, let's go.
Got the cargo.
Alright, so let's say Team 2. Let's do Alpha. I want you. Where's the extraction zone?
On our way.
Alright, so they're going that way.
Scratch another one. On your tail.
Yeah, this is heavy. Let's see. The second pilot's inside this house. Let's see if we can get shots outside the house before we commit to entry.
In position.
He's right on top of us. Bravo.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
I don't want to grenade it because if I grenade it, I might fucking kill the pilot and pull a SEAL Team 6. Yeah, he is dead ass right on top of us. I hear him. I hear him.
Goodbye.
We'll go upstairs later. Clearing the rest of the ground floor. moving up the stairs. Ooh, my adrenaline's going. Oh, I got that tingly feeling.
Goodbye.
Oh, damn!
We got a casualty.
Fuck! God damn it!
Man down.
Do I have grenades? Nope. Wow!
We have a casualty.
Wow! All Bravo team wiped. Alrighty. He'll stay there. Let's go. Team wipe.
At all costs. Weapons free.
Team wipe. Wow. I don't have flashbangs or nothing that I could have prepped the room with, so they got me in that fatal funnel. And if we had suppressed weapons, then as a norm, that would have altered the matrix too. These are all problems you would encounter if you were an infantryman attached out to this mission. I feel like special operators, they wouldn't have this problem. Is there a different way into that building? There's a pilot's in there. We might get 100% team wipe here. Oh.
He's
Got him.
history.
Okay. Well, well, well. We've also created a time paradox because I believe in one of the Splinter Cell games, Will Jacobs is a reporter. He retires from the military and becomes a reporter. So, yeah. But that's how it looks. And that was the other thing, too, with playing this game. Which, if I do a video on this, I'm going to fucking go through that and show. One of the things when I played the PS2 version, which I'll probably do when I actually go through the campaign here, is I try to get every single person that's alive through all three parts of the campaign involved in the action so they can get each ribbon and so forth. And I try to get everybody a CIB, and I try to get everybody involved in that. So that's one of the things, that's a little perk of mine. But hey, Liz, thanks for tuning in. Hope you got a kick out of that. I'm about to wrap it up anyway, because the more I play this, the more I think this is better done as a video to highlight why this game is important and where it's accurate, where it's not accurate. I feel like that's better suited for a long form video, maybe like a 10-minute video to upload to YouTube. But for everyone tuning in, especially Liz, you tuned in and popped your head in. That was greatly appreciated. Thank you. Anyone else that might have tuned in and lurked a bit, that's cool. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I am going to give some thought to recording games like this and other games like, say, Insurgency Sandstorm, where there's not really a storyline. Might record a longer form video, but they'll still do some streaming on the side as well. That is something I'm getting some consideration to. But thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone had fun. That's a classic game, and like it's an ass kicker. It's a fucking ass kicker because yeah, that was on the easiest difficulty, mind you, and I was getting my fucking ass whooped. So, Ghost Recon, OG Ghost Recon, it's only for like the most serious of fucking tactical gamers. Like if you're casual, it's unforgiving. And I'm like, my skill level is probably closer to casual than serious, even though I have the knowledge. My actual manipulation of the game is a little closer to casual. But hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the little lessons learned along the way about where it was accurate, where it was not accurate. And I'm sure you'll see this material again if I go through and start recording bits and pieces of the gameplay. But yeah, hope everyone enjoyed it, and hope you have a good night soon. And I'll decide what to stream next. Yeah, I'll decide what to stream next. I'm not sure yet. I don't think it's going to be Ghost Recon because of how buggy it was. I'll have to sit